watching Fox News, on comes Lindsey Grahamnesty. And he has this idea, and once he said it, I thought it does make sense, that the Biden administration wanted the Putin and the Russians to invade Ukraine because they didn't think it would last long. The Biden administration overestimated the Russians' abilities and underestimated the Ukrainians' will to fight. So they thought it wouldn't last very long, and they would come in, broker a peace agreement, and they would come out looking like heroes. And I thought that made perfect sense to me. When you look back and you see how they kept telling Zelensky and the Ukrainian people that not to worry, that Putin was not going to invade. He just wanted Ukraine not to belong to NATO, and he was just posturing to get a better outcome for his relations with Ukraine. And to the Ukrainian people, they weren't supporting them, they weren't giving them weapons, because they didn't really want the war to last. They thought it would be very quick, and then they would look like heroes. The Biden administration would look like heroes for coming in to save the day. And when you look back, 3 months out of the invasion, Biden talked to Putin, and right after that, the media kept telling us, oh, look, they took out 25,000 troops. 25,000 troops went back to Russia. And at this point, they had, I think, around 90,000 troops there, they estimated as. So they thought, wow, look, they're taking 1/3, almost a little less than 1/3 of their troops out. So it looks like the situation's been diffused. And then a couple days later, it was, oh, no, wait, we made a mistake. They really didn't take the troops out. What? So then, as time goes on, they're building up more and more troops. And our United States intelligence agencies had to see that they were painting Z's on these vehicles so they could recognize them and know if they were their vehicles or Ukrainian vehicles, because they look alike. And then they were painting V's, which I think I noticed that the V's are in the south and the Z's are in the north. So they had to see, they're not going to paint letters on their vehicles if they're not going to invade. So that was a clear sign that they were going to invade the country. But yet the Biden administration is telling Ukrainians, no, not to worry, they're not going to invade. So they were lying. And you have to think, why were they lying? And once Lindsey Grahamnesty said that, I thought, well, that's the reason why. Because they wanted them to invade, because they thought it would come out in the United States Biden administration's benefit. Because the Biden administration doesn't care about the American people. They don't care about the Ukrainians. They just care about having more power. That's their ideology. Their communist ideology dictates that to them. They want power and control. That's what it's all about for the Biden administration. So now they got themselves in a box. Now what do? Because everyone's seeing the slaughter in Ukraine. The Russians are just slaughtering innocent people. They're blowing up their houses, they're blowing up apartments, schools, hospitals, everything. Even maternity wards. I mean, they don't care. They don't care if they kill babies or old women or old men or anything. They're just killing everything. That's the mentality of the Russians. So we have a chance now, though, to have a proxy war with Russia sadly, with the Ukrainian people being used in it. But in the long run, Russia has to be defeated. Russia's always a problem. Russia's always been a problem. They don't get along with anybody. They're in constant war. They've been in war since Russia was created. I mean, it's always been at war. They're always attacking. They're always killing. So they never conform to society. They're always a problem. So this is a chance to solve the Russian problem once and for all. Russia needs to be defeated when it comes right down to it. And the only way you're going to do that is you have to keep flooding Ukraine with all the weapons that they need. Give them everything they need. Slaughter these Russians. That's the only way this is going to end. They have to feel the pain. Because if they don't, they'll just keep going. And eventually, they're going to use nuclear weapons, obviously. So, at this point, what do we do? Do we strike them first with nuclear bombs? Or do we wait until they use them? So, till it gets to that point, let's help Ukraine.